So this is the AC unit right there, okay? We're kind of zoom out a little bit. That's the AC unit. Where the belt is running, there should be a clutch right in the way. See, that right there is not really moving at all. And so when I hit the button, and so I'm going to hit the button for me, that should actually engage and spin along with that pulley system there, but it's not. Okay, so finally I was able to remove the wheel well shield by just turning the wheel back and forth and getting these clips out of the way, or that way it's easy to pop out. Now the compressor is right there. I reestablished that the clutch is not working because when I turn it on, that center part should be spinning, and it isn't. I also checked all the fuses, as you saw earlier. So the reason why the tire is still on, because I'm going to attempt to do it with the tire on. I mean, I think I have enough access to it, and as much as I've worked on cars in the past, I'm still very iffy about jacking it up unless I really need to, such as changing your brakes or what have you. So I'm going to get started. I have everything I need. The parts I'll have listed in the description, as well as the tools. Okay, with your 14mm socket, here is the tension pulley, and so you got to push it towards the rear, or turn it towards the rear, to loosen up the serpentine belt. So it's gonna be a little hard. This tire's in the way, but I got a little bit of an extension. I have to get it just right. So there you go. Then I'm able to pull everything out. Let's get the belt out of the way and slowly bring it back. The next thing is this is a 10mm, and so you can use either a socket wrench or whatever you have. I actually have a driver, and I'm just gonna loosen it up. Oh, boy. After this is removed, it should be fairly easy to remove the plate. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So you want to be careful when you remove it that you have these washers in there, or what they call it is the spacers, because you have to make sure that the new one is the same. Let me double check to make sure it's, so when I'm spinning this is not engaged, it's not even rubbing, so at least have an idea when it engages. Okay. After you remove the clutch part, there is a snap ring right there. You see where the holes are, but it's what keeps the pulley in. And because the tire's in the way, so it's not as easy. I'm just gonna try to find where I need to go, and then use this to kind of, because I see, try to find the, there it is. In the event that it does snap, at least this thing will kind of, there you go. Okay, so now the next thing is to actually place, I have a 3-arm pulley remover, and so you kind of want to grip it on all three at the lip. That's at least where I found it better for me to do. Drill here, and again, it's because it's a tight space, I bought these little extensions that give you a little bit of flexibility, and then So I'm actually using an old socket, and see what we can do. So again, making sure everything is attached. Center everything. So basically what I did was I just added an extra socket wrench right there, just as a spacer. So when that screw, when the bolt is screwing in and pulling out the pulley, it'll help out. As you can tell right over here, I don't have much threading room left. So I'm gonna give this a try and see. Try to center this. Oh, there you go, okay. And there you go. So the next thing is to remove those 3 screws. This one I am gonna put some WD-40 on there to help soften the, I don't want to strip those things, so this will take a little while for it to kind of really set in. All right, so here is WD-40. It's a penetrant release. Just kind of have to spray just a little bit. So this part I got in Amazon. It did arrive this week. And I attempted to try to change it during a work week, but I had to stop because I couldn't get the wheel off. I'm just kind of going to open it up here and show you what it is. And where I purchased this, I'll put this in the description. So it does come with that missing O-ring that I lost in the engine. And then this is the, looks like this is going to be the center bolt for the pulley. And these 3 will be there for that magnet, that electromagnet. And it does come with its spacers here, or the washers. So I have 3 washers for this vehicle, and then I have 2, so to make sure they're not rubbing. And I bring this up. Let's see, let's open this up this way. So this one I still have to disconnect from the car, okay? Which I'm gonna do in a bit. But I'm gonna take it out. That's the magnet, and here is the pulley. So I just want to inspect, make sure, because I know on one of the reviews they said this was broken after installing the whole darn thing. So everything looks pretty intact. And then here is this is what engages, it pulls into the electromagnet. So the AC works, and that's exactly what's happening, is that it's not pulling through. It's not engaging. So, okay, it's been about 15 minutes. So I tried using a screwdriver, and it just really didn't work. So I got my drill here, and I'm just enough to actually loosen it. And then obviously I'm just going to use my screwdriver for it, but I just want to apply a little pressure, just make sure it's going the right way. All right, this one is okay. You gotta be really careful, because if it strips, now you can run into more problems. All right, that's enough for there. I was able to break that. I am just going to clean it up a little bit, that's all. Make sure that it's just free of any debris. Okay, so all right, so you get your electromagnet. There's only 3 screws that are going into the compressor itself, and typically the wire is at the top like last time. And I did compare, so it actually locks up. Okay, so I did compare the old unit with the new unit, and so I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to put them on tight. I'm going to tighten towards the end. So I saw on another channel, and I'll put that below as well. They actually use a socket wrench. This is a 30mm socket wrench. And because it's such a tight space, I'm going to use this to hold it in place while I'm pounding it with my hammer. Okay, so Yeah, I should be able to put the ring now. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on first without it. Well, you know what? Not without it. Let me just put the two original ones here and see what happens. So with the original washers or spacers, whatever you want to call it, you can spin it. You can still hear a little grind, but then let's not forget when we tighten it, it's actually going to rub. And now the pulley's not spinning freely. You can hear that. So what I'm going to do is going to add the washers that came with the product and try it again. So now I got 4 washers in here. So again, if I push on it, yeah, there's no grinding. I guess the only way to tell now is if we install the centerpiece. Let's see. No, it's spinning perfectly. I did reconnect everything. That way it wasn't in the way of when I was putting on the serpentine belt and made the connections. And we'll turn it on, hopefully, to see if it works. Now I'm going to turn on the AC. See, and it's actually coming out pretty warm. Oops, sorry. You can actually, wow. Yeah, you can definitely feel a difference. All right, so now that I know it works, I'm gonna put back the shield. So this way, everything is back to where it was originally. There are some those plastic snap-ons that I have to replace because I broke them along the way. So hopefully this helps. I guess this is possible. You can do this with the tire on, but you do have limited space. Fortunately, a lot of the screws, again, this car is like at least 10 years old, so it's been through salt, especially the weather up here for the last, I've been here for about 6 years now, maybe 7. Prior to that, it was Texas, so it was no problem. So some of the salt actually got in the rusted area underneath, but I was fortunate I didn't have much of a problem. So I hope this helps. All right, see you on the next one.